Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week thus far and starting off in a great week on a great foot. I am still kind of just trying to process this weekend. A lot happened. Mainly, my Tar Heels got spanked this weekend. And as you know, I'm a bit of a sports fanatic and I bleed Carolina blue. It was rough. I was a little bit under the weather this weekend, so it didn't help that I just watched them get their asses handed to them by Duke. That was a little rough. So as if I wasn't nauseous enough, that just made me more nauseous to watch Duke come in to Carolina, into Chapel Hill, and just spank us. It was rough. It was really rough. So hats off to Mike Krzyzewski. I mean, he is one of a kind. I met him in person. He's just a class act individual. So hats off to all the Duke fans out there. You guys spanked us. So kudos to you. I hate to say it, but you spanked us. So hopefully, game always happens around my birthday. So hopefully, history is going to repeat itself. That usually, if there is some type of blowout, the first game, the second game ends up usually being hopefully fairly good or a blowout, and hopefully in our direction. So other than that, it's very excited to be here once again with you all, and a little bit of a Monday recap. Friday, man, did we have a powerhouse in George. It was phenomenal. If you missed it, as always, we'll have the link in below here. Check it out with George Nenni. He just came with all sorts of knowledge. He's a genius, first off. Let's just call it like it is. He's a genius. I love all of the posts he posts on all social channels. Like I said on Friday, if you don't follow him, please make sure to follow him. He is a wealth of knowledge that every time he posts something, even if it's something that, hey, I already know that, I always learn something more from what he did post, whether it's a refresher or it's a new, fresh take on things. I didn't think of it in that direction and that light of things. I just love what he always is willing to share his knowledge with other people. So make sure you follow him. Check out his book. Like I said on Friday, it's on Amazon. Once again, we'll post it in the comments below. Check it out. He's just always willing to help other people, and especially with his company, Generations Digital. So huge shout out to him, and thank you for coming on the show. A couple of things I wanted to recap from his show as well on Friday was there's no substitute for hard work. He has been doing this for a while. And there are so many people that want to cut corners or think that there's some secret sauce to success. It's hard work. I mean, you've got to put the work in. And just like you said, there is. Another point I wanted to touch on is, and this goes for a lot of consulting companies and other companies that want to partner with whether third-party companies or other businesses out there, is that you're not there to steal other people's job or to fire them. And I think too often people will say that that's what they have in their mind, is that, oh, you're just there to steal my thunder, or you're there to steal my job. No, that's what for those people that are really there to try to help and educate people and to help them see the light, I guess if you want to say, is that we're all in this together and we're all here to help each other. So we're not here to get you fired. We're here to help, in our case, and in George's case, we're here to help people. We're here to educate people. We're here to say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Dealer, or hey, whatever your business venture is, we're here to educate you and to show you here's X, Y, and Z. And it's just to help people and to make everyone better around us. So those are two really, really key things that I took away from it. So hopefully you all took something away from it. If you didn't, you probably don't have a heartbeat, let's be honest. So I really, really enjoyed talking with him, and I'm sure you all did too. This Friday, oh man, we got a good one coming on here. Someone that I personally have just, every time I speak with him, every time, kind of like George, every time he posts something, anytime he's speaking, anytime he puts something out there, my ears perk up and I read it not once or twice, but read it a few times to make sure I'm gleaning everything out of it. We've got Pasch. So I'm sure anytime you hear the word Pasch, you probably are like, oh, I probably need to pay attention as well. If you don't know Glenn, you've probably been living under a rock at this point, but I'll bring you back into the year 2022. It's been a crazy couple of years, so maybe you have been living under a rock, and that's okay. No judgment by me. Glenn is the CEO of the PCG. So super, super stoked for him, and just cannot tell you how excited I am to have him on the show on this Friday. So definitely don't miss this episode on Friday. So a couple of things that have transpired over the last couple weeks, and it's not just the last 2 weeks. This is a culmination of things that I can say with certainty that I am not the only one that has experienced this, and it's not just once or twice. And it's definitely, I've seen this happen more and more since the pandemic. It's just shitty customer service, man. I am so tired of just horrible customer service. And if we can instill better customer service and better sales, in general, just treating the customer and our clients better, it will do a world of difference for not just the customer journey, but your retention and everything in between. So what kind of stemmed this is I was debating on what to talk about today. I had an array of different things. Actually, I was going to talk on something else, but I have as everyone has a cell phone, right? And for the last, we're going on, I'm going to say my last probably 6 phones I purchased from Best Buy. So Best Buy is going to get thrown on the bus right now. So always purchase my phones from Best Buy. It's a hell of a lot easier to go into Best Buy, get my phone there. We have the Geek Squad protection plan, get it there. I think we have spent more money at Best Buy than I think probably just about anybody, I think, on the face of the earth. We spend so much money there. And I swear by the Geeks, their protection plan, it's phenomenal. It's great. I've moved a lot in my life. Even since I've lived in Chicago, I've moved, I think, like 6 times. So having that is really, really handy, because you can always go, and from a customer standpoint, service standpoint, it's always worked well when moving. And I've never actually had to use it when my phone has broken. That is the key point. When you actually need it, doesn't actually do what it says it's going to do. So once again, why this brings up why I'm talking about this. My phone, I get in my car, and the chances of this happen, I think, are pretty slim. I don't think it's happens too often. Phone slips out of my sweatpants, and as I go to close my door, phone goes in it, shatters the screen. Sucky, whatever, okay. It's a Galaxy Note, so it's got the little stylus on it. So the only way my phone works is with the stylus. So I go into Best Buy, explain what happened, the screen's broken, whatever. And they go, oh yeah, no problem. You'll just pay the insurance fee on it, and we'll get a new phone shipped out to you. I go, great. They go, but you don't get a new phone, you get a refurbished phone. I go, well, that's interesting. At no point in me paying this fee was I ever explained to him I get a refurbished phone. But okay, no problem, I understand. So what's the protocol? You guys just, whatever, it'll be there in 2 days. Phone didn't get to me in 2 days. It took much longer than that. That's not on them. It's the shipping company, not on them. So it takes about 4 days to get to me. By the time it gets to me, there's items missing, blah, 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 blah. They go back into Best Buy. They proceed to tell me, oh, it's not our fault. Once you fill out everything, it's out of our control. You got to call somebody. You have to actually call the Geek Squad, Best Buy Geek Squad. But I'm at your store, which is Geek Squad. So you get this whole runaround, which then I call the Geek Squad hotline, and I'm told, someone answers who sounds like this person is in their shower, and I'm told, oh, we don't handle that. You got to go back in the store. So I'm on this merry-go-round of he said, she said, go. And I just said, no, someone's got to do this, because if you guys don't answer enough time, I don't get the shit back. Now I'm going to get charged another $300. I need this resolved now. Back and forth. They didn't send me all the accessories to it, which they consider accessories. So the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing. A horrible customer experience. I'm told over and over again, they don't send the right labels. They don't send this. The Best Buy in the store is told one thing, online is told something else. The Geek Squad hotline, another huge pet peeve is, if you're going to transfer someone, and we've all had this happen, if you're going to transfer someone, tell them you are going to transfer them. And then when you transfer them, please, for all that is holy, don't make the customer repeat the same story 15 times. It's so frustrating. And I know we've all had to do this. So the end of the story is I ended up shipping it back. And I have a phone that's refurbished. I had to keep a bunch of stuff in order the phone to work. I had to keep part of the stuff that had been damaged because they wouldn't claim responsibility. Will I ever buy a phone from Best Buy again? No. And I think I'm at this point in where we are in this society, loyalty to a brand isn't so much anymore. And I'm exact opposite. I am loyal to a fault. And you just don't see that so much anymore. And it's kind of crazy because I want to, this Best Buy is not a small business, but I want to support small businesses. I want to be loyal to a brand. If you give me good customer service, I'll pay more for your brand. I am way okay with that. You give me good, customer service. You go over the top with it. I will 100% pay more for your product. Best Buy lost me as a customer. I mean, I was on the phone so much and back and forth, and you're not training your customers in this, and you're a great company, and it was just god awful customer service. And I'll never buy a phone from you again, and I'm gonna need a new phone here in August. So all this to be said is that we've all had this experience where, and top it off is that when you've got someone in front of you, a live customer, and someone that's very upset and very frustrated, and they've already been screwed over by you, and then you decide to take a phone call while that customer's in front of you. Like, what are we doing? At what point did we decide that we just don't care about the customer more? They're just going to keep coming in, and you're just a number. On the flip side, I love Delta. Delta Airlines, love them to death. Are they going to make mistakes? Yes, they are. I want to make that very clear. Every company is going to make mistakes. The difference is, do they step up when they make the mistake? Yes, they do. We were flying from, I can't remember. Anyways, we had a very short connection. We delay after delay after delay. And it was Home Alone episode, like booking it through. Didn't think we were going to make the connection. Like, they were closing the doors, we were running in, and our bags made it. Like, I didn't think there was a chance the bags were going to make it. They made it. And then there are times where they have screwed up, and they were the first to be, hey, what can we do to make this right? And a massive communication to make sure they did it right. And they're always listening to feedback. And they've still screwed up and didn't make it right. So I want to make that point clear, but they try as much as possible because they have the history of doing the right thing, that every so often you're going to have a bad apple that does screw things up. But we all have these examples. The bottom line is that at what point do we go from, screw you, customer, we don't really care about you? And it's just so frustrating. So I just plead with everyone watching this video, whether it's maybe you don't have the authority to enforce or to train or to administer good customer service to other people on your team, but take it upon yourself. Be a good customer service representative in any way possible. Go above and beyond what the customer wants. If the customer sends you a lead, don't just do an autoresponder and let the autoresponder take over. Actually answer the customer's questions. Send a video. Do something more than what the customer is asking. I guarantee you, because statistically it's out there, and we know this to be true, if the customer knows you're a freaking person and you treat them like a quality human being, you are going to have a better return on investment. Your gross profit's going to be better. But stop treating people like shit. Man, it just infuriates me, and I've dealt with it. In 1 week, I had so many different experiences of just, the Best Buy was just the one example, but we had like boom, boom, boom of just like horrible, horrible examples of where did we go wrong as a society that we just stopped caring about treating people like decent human beings? And I don't know, it's very, very frustrating me. As you can tell, my blood is boiling a little bit here. So very frustrating. So I'll get off my soapbox here a little bit. It's just for all of us, I know we've all experienced it, and I know that loyalty, I feel like, is going more and more, and we'll just, I'd rather shop at Amazon, because I know the Amazon, I'll pay more for it sometimes because of the convenience factor. I don't have to deal with the idiots that are going to not even acknowledge me. How many times have I been in a store and no one even approaches me for 15 minutes? And on the flip side, I've been in small business where I want to support them, but no one even will talk to me. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just go find this by myself because no one's going to talk to me. And there's a fine line. You don't want to feel like you are a number and they come and attack you and swarm you like, how may I help you? How may I help you? So there is that fine line. Just know that people aren't numbers, and don't take them for granted. And just for the love, people, just customer service 101. Get back to the basics. Your next team meeting, talk about it. Talk about how can we do better at customer service? How can we do better at retaining our customers? Stop letting the bots do all of our jobs for us because they don't know the customer. You know the customer. You know what they did. If the CRM tells you you need to send an email, do you really need to send an email? Do you really need to send that? If you just spoke with the customer, do you really need to do that? Look and see what the last thing, if you know the customer lives in Illinois and your dealership's in Nebraska, you've got something different to talk about with the customer. Sending them to follow up about service, are they really going to come service your car there? So tailor what you're talking about, personalize the experience. We all know how much personalized experience does for the customer. So in your shopping and your gross and everything in between. So bottom line, done ranting, customer service, please, 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 please. If you take anything away from this, customer service. I'm so excited to have on Glenn on this Friday. George, thank you so much for being on last week. Had a blast with you and everything you had to bring to the table. As always, never disappoint. And everyone have a wonderful week. And forever, whomever you're cheering for this week in the Super Bowl, man, it's going to be an awesome one for sure. So whether it's Rams, whether it's Bengals, have a good one. Everyone have a wonderful week. Thank you so much.